Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Liz. We are back with our weekly reading. This has become my favorite way to connect every week with these weekly readings. And if you haven't watched one yet, what we do is, so you choose a card and then we take a look at the full week ahead. So you can join wherever you are, but I would definitely recommend subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That way you'll get notified every week when I post these. Because yeah, it's really become my weekly thing. I make some tea and we just sit down and relax. We pull some cards and charms and take a look at what's about to happen in the week. And it's super specific sometimes, and a lot of times things won't necessarily make sense until the day happens. It's actually been super magical and fun to see the comments like, oh, I didn't know what this meant when I got the charm, but now I know what it means. So it's been super cool. So I hope you enjoy. We'll take a deep breath, and we have 3 crystals to choose from today. Today's special guest oracle is the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck, and we also use the tea leaf cards every single week, as well as a mini tarot deck. We've got the mini Everyday Witch today, and of course charms. So let's take a nice deep breath, and then I'll show you the crystals. So I'm not going to show you what the words say on the crystals, because I don't want that to sway your decision in any way, but just kind of focus in on the cards themselves, the crystals themselves, the image, and see which one you feel most pulled towards, which one keeps kind of pulling your attention. That will be your group. So this is group 1, this is group 2, and this is group 3. So yeah, the timestamps and all of the information will be below. Please remember, have fun with my readings. My readings are meant for entertainment, and I always say this in each of the groups, but if a challenging card pops up, please don't let that dictate how that day in the week is going to go. Have fun with it. That's the main thing, okay? Have fun with my readings. And yeah, if you can like this video, that really does help my channel. It helps with engagement. And if you think you're subscribed, just make sure and double check, because I've been hearing more and more people saying, oh, I thought I was subscribed, but I got unsubscribed somehow. So I always like to leave that reminder. And if you do enjoy me or my readings and you want to support my channel, you can definitely check out my Patreon page or my memberships. Both of them I post on every single week. It's a special extra video for the week ahead that I post every day that I post this one. So if you want to support my channel and receive a special reading every single week, then definitely check that out. That'll be linked below. And I think that's it. I think we're good to dive in. Let me know if this resonates. Let me know if this ends up making sense. I always love to hear your comments. And we will start with group number 1. Hello, group 1. If you chose the first crystal, then this is your messages for the week ahead. So if this is your first weekly reading with me, welcome. These are a lot of fun. Today's special guest oracle is the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck. And we're going to get you a card to start us off. This is the one that you chose. So I don't know what it is yet, but you do. And regardless of when you are clicking on this video, just kind of join where you are. Also, if you click the notification bell and subscribe, you'll be notified every single weekend when I post these. So you can join on the Sunday or Monday and look ahead at your week ahead. We had one fall out. We've got Get Back to Basics. Get Back to Basics. And this card, I may not be able to pronounce this exactly. Chrysocolla, I think is the pronunciation. Start fresh. So you've got Start Fresh and Get Back to Basics. Oh, we had one more fly out. We had a couple fly out. Okay. So you've got these two coming out together. So you've got 2 that fell out together. So situations in the balance that require careful handling, an unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Okay, so there's definitely something where you're starting fresh with this week. You're looking at a new approach. And I like that actually with Getting Back to Basics, because there's sort of a feeling of like, okay, this didn't work. Okay, this didn't work out. And this could have likely already happened, because this is the week where you're starting fresh. Where starting fresh is the kind of main theme of the week. Sorry, I'm losing my voice this morning. It's very early, which is probably why. But yeah, I mean, this is telling me that there's a new approach to something, or you're starting over with something this week. Okay, something that you had tried in a different way didn't work out. And now you're seeing that maybe you need to reapproach it. So yeah, I'm excited to see what we get for tarot, but let's read your crystal first and see what it says. Okay, it says it's time to start fresh. Close the door behind you so you can move forward and open a new one. Every day is a blank canvas, an opportunity to boldly go after the things in life you want and leave behind anything you don't. You do not need to settle for the status quo or accept what already is. You have the power to change your life and do things differently every day. It's time to live by and out with the old and in with the new, beautiful mentality. So, some core questions for you this week. What areas of life are calling for a fresh start? What can you say goodbye to? And what can you welcome into your life? So, yeah, something didn't work out. Okay, I'm seeing with the broken bridge card. And you're ready to kind of say goodbye to that and start fresh. There's a new approach, or there's like something you're wanting to start over with. I really like these two together. Get back to basics and start fresh. I'm getting something with the grasshopper of like getting a little bit more organized is coming through, like, or paying attention. There's something about paying attention to detail coming through as well. I'll see what that's about, but yeah, get back to basics. Simplify. Let's see what else is coming through before I get your tarot. The other thing too is like whatever this thing is that you're saying goodbye to, it's telling me that there's new opportunities for you. Like whatever this represents might not have been meant for you in the first place. So that's why it just wasn't a success or it didn't work out according to plan. This is giving you fresh new opportunities and a new beginning. So I'm excited to see what your tarot cards say. Let's give them a really good shuffle. We'll get some charms, of course. And we'll dive in. Now, I interrupted myself earlier. I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, I upload these every single weekend on Sunday. So people often watch Sunday, Monday. So if you want to subscribe, you'll get notified every time I post. But yeah, regardless of when you're joining in, you can be watching any time of the week. Just kind of go from there. Okay, so Monday, card of the day for Monday, 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. This could also be what the grasshoppers talking about. Situations of the balance that require careful handling. There could be a little bit of conflict Monday or confusion coming up Monday. We'll get all of your cards and we'll start it. And then we'll start from Monday. Okay, so the Chariot for Tuesday. Wednesday. The Lovers. Thursday. Page of Cups. Friday. 10 of Pentacles. Saturday. The Empress. And Sunday. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So pretty great cards. I would say the only kind of challenging card we have is right away on Monday. And this could kind of be sort of where this is coming in, like, you know, something was unsuccessful, so this is causing maybe, like if this is something at work, for instance, there could be a little bit of drama surrounding the situation or some disagreements. This could also be saying too, like, I feel like something has kind of become a little bit too complicated. So this is where start fresh, get back to basics is coming in. Something didn't work out. There was an unsuccessful outcome. Okay. And if it hasn't happened yet, I feel like it's kind of at least getting out of the way on Monday, like something isn't working out according to plan. So it's kind of like, okay, let's regroup. Let's start fresh. Let's start with like a clean slate here. I know for me, if I'm struggling with something, sometimes like stubbornly trying to make that thing work or kind of, you know, getting extra frustrated at that thing that isn't working or hasn't worked just causes more frustration, right? So sometimes it's like, okay, walk away from it and then come back and start again, start fresh with it. So that's what I feel like could be happening early on in the week. But let's get your charms. We'll add a lot more detail with the charms. I have to take a sip of my tea here. Let's start with Monday then and see what we have. We've got the little balloon animal. This can talk about flexibility. All right, so being flexible in a situation. You've got the pineapple. You've got the little bow, which can represent a surprise or a gift. And you've got the little, this is like the little honey spoon thing, which can represent like sweet results or a reward. It's coming through, some sort of reward. Okay, so let's focus on Monday. So yeah, like I said, Five of Wands, there's some sort of confusion, some sort of conflict potentially on Monday. This can be productive though. I've been talking about this recently, how the Five of Wands, unlike the Five of Swords, for instance, like Five of Swords is more hostile. It's a little bit more aggressive. It's kind of like mean. Whereas the Five of Wands can at least be productive, right? Because is uncomfortable as like this can be, it can sometimes be productive. So there's something getting worked out. There's something getting discussed or debated on Monday, even if it's just with yourself, like some sort of problem you're trying to solve within yourself, okay? But something's possibly confusing, or there could be potential for some sort of disagreement on Monday, okay? A little bit of a heated conversation even possibly. So what I'm getting is with the balloon animal, this is about flexibility. So flexibility or the ability to be adaptable on Monday is really going to come in handy. You've got a possible surprise coming in Monday, okay? This could be a gift that you're receiving. It could even be saying too that there's a gift or a surprise in this conflict. So I don't know exactly what that is. A lot of times these things make more sense as the week progresses. And that's also where I encourage you to kind of get involved with the charms. And if one resonates specifically for you, definitely take it how it fits for you. But yeah, some sort of surprise Monday or gift coming in. This could also be just you wrapping a gift or buying a gift on Monday. And then you have the little honey thing. Now I noticed this kind of moved from this day to this day. So that's kind of interesting. That might make sense when it happens. And this really is just making me think of like sweet results, honestly, to something. So this could be like trying to solve this problem could end up resulting in a positive result, okay? This could just be a feeling of frustration Monday too. You could be frustrated. You could kind of be feeling like there's been some sort of setback with the broken bridge. Absolutely, that could be what it is. Connecting with the grasshopper card, it could just be that there's a situation that's really requiring careful handling. People's moods could be a little bit fiery on Monday, okay? A little bit, there's some like, maybe a bit of moodiness happening Monday. So just keep that in mind. All right, there could be some heated discussions or debates, or just like a day where it's just feeling a little bit uncooperative possibly. But like I said, this could end up being productive depending on, obviously the situation. This could also be where getting back to basics is going to be beneficial, because something could have gotten way too complicated, right? Too many, like with this image, I sometimes think of like too many cooks in the kitchen. Something could have gotten overcomplicated or just way too hectic, way too confusing. So this could also be where getting back to basics is benefiting you. Like I said, this is really the only major challenging card on the board today. So overall, your week looks fantastic. It's just Monday's a bit complicated for some reason. So Tuesday, I love that you have look at that. You've got the rainbow. So that's really cool. The rainbow's coming out there. You've got XOXO, which is really nice. And you have the frog, which is leaping forward. You also have the little lock and head charm. Okay, so this used to be a different charm. It had like a little fairy on it, and now it's just the lock and the head. So I always think of like secrets that you're holding in your head. Okay, so there could be something like locked up, an idea that you have possibly, kind of that you're locking up right now. That could be it too. I mean, the Five of Wands can represent a feeling of like rivalry or competition. So that could be it too. Maybe you've got an idea that could be a great success, so you're just sort of keeping it to yourself for now. But you've got the Chariot Tuesday. So Tuesday, I like that too, because it's kind of like moving away from this Five of Wands. So you're moving on, okay? You're moving on to something new, something different. You're also feeling possibly very determined, very motivated. And also, I'm feeling Tuesday, Wednesday with the wheel here, very in control of the direction where something's going. So that's great too. You've got the frog, which can represent a leap forward. Frogs also represent cleansing. So I'm getting a lot with the rainbow and with the frog that like whatever is hectic that's happening Monday could be resolved by Tuesday. I realized I didn't address the little pineapple, which is huge here, because the pineapple in the tea leaf deck is reconciliation. So yeah, even if this is just like a little bit of like moodiness with you and your partner, or like a friend and you kind of get into a discussion or an argument, I'm seeing reconciliation almost like immediately with the rainbow, XOXO, and the pineapple. So really good. Pineapples can also represent friends and family, so this could be an indication of where this is happening. But yeah, So Tuesday, you've got the Chariot, so you're moving forward confidently. And what's interesting too is that Chariot for me can be a card of resolving conflict. So that is interesting that we have so much of that. So any conflict that's happening Monday, by Tuesday, it feels resolved. There could also, sorry, I'm just readjusting my legs. There could also be a feeling of like going in a direction confidently. Like, so if you're confused yourself, like if this is more so internal conflict, this could represent, you know, figuring it out by Tuesday. And you're very decisive possibly on Wednesday as well. So this could be like kind of feeling more in control of the situation or of the direction where something's going. Really quick, I want to revisit Monday. The grasshopper cards, situations in the balance that could require careful handling. This could be of this situation. I don't know if I mentioned that. So there could be a situation that it's important to kind of handle the situation carefully or be thoughtful with your response on Monday specifically, okay? But the rainbow too just represents improvements, right? It's what comes after the storm. And on that broken bridge card, there's like rain and storm. So this is either happening right away and getting resolved fairly quickly, okay? It could just be a minor setback. These readings don't have to be life-changing. I want to just remind you. Some weeks, regular things happen. It's just like, you know, a regular week. So it's really important to keep these readings in perspective. This broken bridge, as dramatic as it looks, could just be like plans that get canceled and it causes some conflict, right? Or something having to get rescheduled, or, you know, something you were working on not working out, your computer crashes, you have to start over, you have to start fresh with something. So as dramatic, like I said, as dramatic as this image looks, really kind of keep it in perspective. It's just saying there's unsuccessful outcome to something that's causing you to start fresh and get back to basics, simplify, okay? You could have a birthday party or something. You've got a lot about gifts. So there could be a birthday coming up this week. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. I hope you have a great week. But yeah, there's something about gifts or wishes strongly coming in early in the week. You've got the candle. The candle can, like I said, just represent a wish though. Others see you as lively, friendly, and witty. Something musical happening Wednesday as well. You've got the music notes. That could be like a concert or something. Let me see. So others see you as lively, friendly, and witty. You know what's interesting, group one, is I feel like you're a large reason why this is getting worked out, because I think I'm just getting this very productive mindset from you this week. And there's something about you that you're able to handle complicated situations well, okay? Carefully handling situations with the grasshopper. Like you might be the reason why this conflict is getting resolved. Like almost with this, like you're the captain almost in a sense. So you're kind of guiding the way that this is going. And you're coming out of this where people are seeing you as friendly and kind and funny, okay? So there's something about you where people are like really drawn to you, especially Wednesday. And this could also be this Lovers card. This could be one person in particular. This is a card of partnerships. So it doesn't always have to be romantic, although it definitely could be, but yeah, there's a feeling of like coming together. And I also love in this illustration how they're holding hands. It makes me feel like a partnership where you're a team, okay? You're a team, and I just got strengthening your partnerships. There's a strengthening of some sort of partnership on Wednesday as well. Yeah, there's a musical element to Wednesday. You might not know what that is till it happens. It could be that you buy concert tickets. It could be that someone that you love shares a song with you. Got 7, so 7 o'clock Wednesday, Thursday possibly could be especially important. I'll be curious to know what the music might be, so feel free to comment. Just want to see if there's anything else. Yeah, the Lovers card can represent a choice or having to make a choice. So there could be a choice coming up on Wednesday as well, like a big decision to make. I'm getting something about like, what's the expression? There's something about like your own tune. What's that expression? People say it. I don't know why I can't think of it. There's something there. Let me know in the comments because I can't remember the expression. But yeah, let's move on to Thursday. You've got Page of Cups for that day. So another day where, I just want to quickly look. You've got Wands, Cups, Pentacles. Yeah, you've kind of got a good variety. No swords, I'm noticing, so that's interesting. But yeah, Page of Cups. So this is a feeling of like emotional renewal, a feeling of like openness, sensitivity, creativity, feeling more emotional. I love this illustration with the painting because there's like this feeling of your inner child as well, being very present that day. And this card always makes me think of feeling very hopeful, okay? Because the star landed on it as well. The Page of Cups, to me, like when I think of it as like a scenario where I've felt this card before, like after something that didn't work out, specifically relationship-wise, that feeling of like, okay, you know what? I'm starting to kind of dream and daydream and be hopeful for what else could be, right? So sometimes this can come after processing something that was maybe heartbreaking or challenging. It's that kind of first, I don't know, this sort of first feelings of like hope and excitement and, you know, or it's early relationship too. Like, so if you're starting a relationship, this could represent like those first, you know, that first phase of a relationship as well. But yeah, like in the illustration, possibly creativity too. You got the purse and the screw, and you got the scissors right beside it. So whenever I see the scissors and the purse, I think of cutting expenses, okay? So Thursday, you could be paying attention to cutting some sort of expense or budgeting something. Because the screw is there too, the screw can be like strengthening, support, reinforcement. There's something about strengthening your finances, possibly by cutting back on Thursday with something. That could just be simply your budgeting, or you may have to cut some sort of expense for something else on Thursday. You've got the little windmill, okay? This can be about moving forward, all right? Propel, I'm thinking of a propeller, so lots of moving forward, right? Because we had the leapfrog, you had the chariot, there was something else too. Something else about moving forward, but yeah, like the propeller can move us forward, and you had it with the little chess piece. So this can be strategy. So it could be like strategically moving forward on Thursday, okay? So, and that could be partially getting back to basics, okay? It could be something like that. And to me, getting back to basics means that this week, you're just keeping things simple. You're not overcomplicating anything. You're keeping things fairly simple, starting again, eliminating all of the like the complicated aspects to something, and just kind of, okay, let's start fresh, clean slate. Let's start over, let's reapproach, let's reassess, that kind of thing. So that could also be what's happening, like a strategic move forward is coming through, okay? But yeah, possibly cutting expenses or strengthening your finances through budgeting. Possible messages of love coming in this day as well. Very cool. Okay, on to Friday. We've got a 2 Friday at 2 is particularly important. You've got the Lantern and the 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles represents security, stability, the home. Like this could just be having your family over, having a nice dinner together, something like that, okay? Like just feeling kind of comfy is coming through. And also because you're possibly cutting expenses Thursday, it could just be feeling secure about that decision on Friday. There could be something that you're saving for, something that you're wanting to, I just got build, okay? Because of the connection to the home and the screw there could be like renovations that you're doing, or a piece of furniture you want to put together, or something along those lines that you're sort of like saving for or spending on, possibly even something that you did save for. So there's definitely that feeling coming through Friday. You also have the Lantern. So the Lantern can be direction or illumination. So yeah, there could be something being illuminated on Friday. Guidance, possibly. You could be getting some financial guidance as well Thursday, Friday. Not as many charms into the weekend. You've got the Empress card. You've got Chaser. Okay, so this represents something that you're chasing, seeking out, looking for. And then you've got the Empress card. So more feelings of abundance, as well as on Friday. On Saturday, feelings of creativity are definitely present throughout this week as well. But this is a feeling of abundance and fertility of ideas, maybe. Maybe you've got like new ideas coming in from starting fresh, okay? Because on Sunday, there's definitely feelings of new beginnings and something with a really solid foundation. You do seem focused on finances this week, okay? So there could be something, you know, and that could be connected to the broken bridge as well. So there could be something you're really trying to carefully handle your finances. And by the weekend, you seem really confident with that in general, okay? So Sunday, there could be some sort of financial boost or a new beginning or something that you're starting that has the potential to provide more prosperity in the future is coming through. But yeah, you could be feeling very creative on Saturday, very loving, very nurturing, both to yourself and the people around you. So self-care could be really important on Saturday too. I think with like Start Fresh, you're seeing the potential in like new beginnings, okay? So there's lots of potential in the new this week. Start fresh, get back to basics. Like there's so many, like I feel like you were fixated or very discouraged because of what didn't work out, because maybe at the time you thought that was kind of like the only thing that could work out. So now you're starting to see all of the potential, okay? Especially later on in the week. And then you have the unicorn on Sunday. This can be about uniqueness. It can also be about something being rare. So like, something unique or rare is coming through. Imagination too. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of, like, this could be imaginative, creative ideas, imaginative solution to something perhaps. But Ace of Pentacles, yeah. So you're finishing off the week with a feeling of like a new start, a fresh start. So I love that, actually kind of connecting back to the card that we chose with Start Fresh, because I'm really seeing that Sunday. It's like you're starting the following week with like a feeling of accomplishment and excitement for what's to come and a solid start. Like you're starting something, a seed is being planted, and there's lots of potential in this. Lots of connections to the home I'm seeing, because there's a little house there. There's the house here, and I was getting something with the screw about building or spending on something to do with your home. So curious to see what that is. I'm wondering if this conflict is with like a love partner or something, and it seems to be strengthening the partnership. Okay, so it's like you're finally kind of getting something worked out, or this issue could have kind of highlighted something that needed to be sorted out or worked out or discussed, right? So that could also be what's happening. Okay, group 1, I really hope that you enjoyed your week ahead reading. Definitely don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified next week when I post. We've been doing this for a few months now. I look forward to it every week. I hope that you do too. And yeah, we will see you next week. Hello, group 2. If you chose the second crystal, which I don't even know what it is yet because I haven't shuffled it out, but if you chose the second crystal, then this is your messages for this week. I'm really excited to dive in. And if this is your first weekly reading, welcome. It's a lot of fun. We look at the full week ahead, and feel free to join wherever you are. We get charms, we get a tarot card for every single day, as well as a few oracle cards. Today's special guest oracle is the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck. So I'm excited to see what you chose. You've got Get Laser Focused. Get Laser Focused. So you seem to be, there's something you're focused on. I'll be curious to know what comes up with the cards, what this might be. We'll get you some tea leaf cards. Yeah, one flew out. We've got celebration, fun, and enjoyment. Group. Okay, there we go. Group 2. Target, a goal-oriented person. Okay, so that's a really interesting card to get with this message. So get laser focused and target. You also have some fun and enjoyment. So this focus this week isn't depriving you of a fun time, okay? So that's what's really cool, because a lot of times messages of like focus and direction and goals can kind of leave us feeling like, okay, well, it's going to be all work, right? Where am I going to have some fun? So I'm not seeing that here. I'm seeing you getting quite focused, but also in the midst of this, there's something really fun happening, or you're enjoying yourself. Okay, and this could also be kind of like a message. Maybe you had some time off, you had a really good time, you kind of feel like you let off some steam, and now you're ready to kind of get back to work and get back on target. So that could be a possibility. We'll have to see what the cards say, because this is where we get details, about what's happening, specific, details into the week. So we'll start with Monday. We'll get you some charms, and then we'll dive in. Okay, so for Monday, you've got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. 6 of Wands on Tuesday. And this is where I do my weekly reminder. If you get a challenging card on any day, please don't let it discourage you. Don't let it dictate how your day is going to go. I always say keep these readings in perspective and have fun with it. This is one day in 1 week. It just kind of talks about different energies that might be coming up. Wednesday, you've got the Knight of Cups. So a little bit of love. Empress on Thursday. Yeah, lots of loving emotions midweek. Friday. 10 of Swords. Okay, so we're going to find out what 10 of Swords is about on Friday. Saturday, you've got 2 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, back to work on Saturday. So whatever's happening on Friday, some sort of, ending, something is closing, a chapter is ending. It doesn't seem to be slowing you down, because on Saturday, you're like, oh yeah, look at that. The weekend, what's so interesting is, to me, I kind of associate this card with the weekend, letting loose, having some fun, all of that. But on the weekend is actually your most focused time. So you're getting really laser focused on the weekend. Let's get a clarifier for the Ten of Swords, simply because it's the most challenging card that I see. All of your cards are great, so I kind of want to know, it's sort of just jumping out to me. It's like, why, what's going on? Is it like a little setback, or is it, I always love what this image looks like. They're getting up, right? What's that expression? Fall down. How many times? I don't know. There's some sort of expression about falling down and getting back up, so it could be like something about that. Let's see what the clarification is. Eight of Swords and Knight of Pentacles as clarification. Okay, so we will get there. But yeah, it's like you're not being slowed down. It's like some sort of setback or some sort of challenge, you know, something that ended or something that didn't work out. You're sort of, I don't know, you're almost kind of using it as fuel, okay? And this doesn't mean that's happening on Friday. It could represent like something that's already happened. Like you have the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Like this combination is making me think it's like something you're thinking heavily about on those days and you're pushing through, okay? Or you're creating a plan. With the Knight of Pentacles, you're creating a plan to move forward. But yeah, we will get there. Overall, this week looks good. Let's just take a quick glance and see. A lot of Pentacles. So 1, 2, 3. Got some Wands, you've got some Cups, you've got Swords, you've got pretty much a variety of everything this week. Major Arcana, you've got the Empress and the Emperor, which is really nice. Okay, well, let's dive in group 2 and see. Okay, a little more than I usually get, but that is okay. Oh, interesting. Group 1 had the bow on Monday too. So there's something about like a gift coming in. Okay, so let's start Monday. Just want to see where the celebration, fun, and enjoyment might be coming in with the charms. Maybe the bow, right? Maybe there's a party or something like that. Kind of feeling it. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. This could be like an invitation to a party this week, right? It's going to resonate differently for everyone. It could be more of the example I gave of like you maybe attended a party or a celebration on the weekend, and now this week you're like, okay, I want to get focused. I want to get laser focused on my goals, right? With the target card. So very, very cool. Okay, let's start Monday, group 2, and see what we have. You've got you aspire to great things, begin with little ones. That's literally the Page of Swords. I feel like you're getting something started, maybe a new goal that you have or a new interest that you have, but this is like new ideas, things that you're curious about that you maybe want to start. It's a new journey, right? So there's a new chapter beginning on Monday. And with this landing there, it's like you're taking those first steps, okay? It doesn't have to be huge strides. It's like on Monday, you're focusing on the small things that you can do, the little daily things that you can implement to stay on target or to reach this goal. You can be a goal-oriented person without like setting goals that are too overwhelming or even like taking steps that are too overwhelming. So I feel like Monday, you're starting in a more practical way by taking small steps or even just getting something started could be the encouragement here, right? So you don't have to have it all figured out. This could be a day where you're just getting it started. You're taking one little step towards whatever this target card is talking about. You've got heads up. Someone could share a secret with you on Monday. Heads up, pay attention, there's a secret coming in. Someone could give you a gift on Monday, or you could be giving a gift on Monday. You've got the camera. So this can be like something to do with memories. I'm getting living in the moment. Something to do with photography. Like this is, I always remind people, like this is where charms can feel kind of a little bit more personal, because this might make sense Monday. Like you might end up, you know, posting a picture on Monday that's like, you know, pulls in more clients and customers into your business. This could be getting wedding photography back Monday or something, right? So the charms can be quite personal, but in general, I feel like the camera is like living in the moment or something about being in the moment, capturing a moment. But there's something with heads up where the charms are kind of alerting you to something or telling you to pay attention. And you've got the diary lock right next to it. So that's why I was thinking like heads up, there's going to be something revealed. It could even be connecting to this Knight of Cups as well. So I'm just thinking of what else this might be. You aspire to great things, begin with little ones. I'm more so getting like a very thought out or practical start or approach to something that you're starting something, okay? So Monday's like your launch into something is beginning, or you're exploring possibly new strategies or ideas on Monday as well. But yeah, there's something about photography that I can't quite pinpoint. Thought that this actually moved, that would have been adorable. Fling 35, disposable camera. Let me know what you get from this. I'm sort of just getting like taking the opportunity or a moment, being in the moment, okay? And that could even connect with you aspire to great things, begin with little ones. Like even if you can't do it all right now or take the big steps, take a small step on Monday, okay? And there could be something memorable happening, like a birthday party or something like that. This gift could have something to do with a photo or a photograph or something like that. Yeah, very cool. Okay, so Tuesday, you've got the Six of Wands. So there's definitely a feeling of accomplishment on Tuesday. You're feeling like something has been accomplished successfully, or you're feeling very proud of something that you've done. Feeling very uplifted and supported as well. Okay, I always love this image, everyone clapping in the background. So yeah, there's a feeling of support coming in on Tuesday. It was with the book. So that too could kind of connect to the Page of Swords with all of the little books in the backpack there. Like this is, to me, the Page of Swords is the one that's like hungry for information, just wants to learn, wants to seek out information. It's just kind of like absorbing information. So there definitely could be something about research that you're doing on Monday, Tuesday. But yeah, some sort of book or knowledge, information that could be leading to your success possibly. There could also be like, this could have to do with the celebration, fun, and enjoyment card for sure. There could be something to celebrate, right? There could be some sort of achievement being celebrated on Tuesday as well. Or just a feeling of appreciation with the gift, like with the bow. It could be that someone gifts you something out of appreciation or acknowledges even possibly something that you've accomplished. Yeah, I just like how everyone's clapping for the witch this day. So there's something about appreciation or just a general sense of accomplishment in that day. I mean, this could be something small, right? This could be like your boss giving you a performance review and you do really well on it, okay? So something like that. If those of you that are like in writing or you've written a book, like this could get really specific, right? Because the book landed there. It could be something like a really positive review on something that you've written. You've got the roller coaster. This can be like emotional ups and downs, or it could just be like this tankard card says, celebration, fun, and enjoyment. So yeah, you seem to be really enjoying yourself Tuesday. A celebration, a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of achievement, having a really good time, okay? So it could be with people that you love, it could be connected to work, but there's something about fun. Roller coaster, I'm just thinking of an actual like amusement park, so amusement. It can represent an emotional roller coaster, but I'm not really getting that quite as much, although it could be. You got a tantalizing prospect will come your way, as well as the bird. So the bird can have to do with news or announcement or information coming in. It can also have to do with perspective, it can have to do with freedom, but I'm getting something about news or information because it landed with this one. So a tantalizing prospect will come your way. So because of this achievement or this success, or just in the midst of it, there is something new coming your way that you're like, okay, that might be worth looking into, or I really want to focus on that. It kind of feels like you've reached some sort of accomplishment and you're kind of setting your eyes on the next goal. All right. So you're celebrating one achievement, but then getting laser focused on the next thing that you want to achieve is sort of my sense, but let me know what you get from that. On to Wednesday, you got the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is somebody, this could represent you, someone in your life, or just the general energy that day. This is someone that really leads with their emotions. They wear their heart on their sleeve. They're very open and expressive with their emotions. It's a card of romance and love and expressing feelings, being asked out on dates, flirty text messages, loving messages and voice memos and all of that. So that's sort of the feeling that I'm getting. Somebody or you is really leading with your heart on Wednesday. Okay, lots of romantic feelings. This could be crushes, flirtations. If you are in a relationship already, it could just be that this is a particularly loving day. You might have a date or something that you're going on. You're having fun with somebody. But this also is interesting too, because you also have this one, which is making me think of get laser focused. I just got keep your eye on the prize, something your eye on the prize. You've got this little globe, snow globe with the castle in it. It always makes me think of Two of Wands for some reason. I don't know why. It's always been my Two of Wands charm. But yeah, you're dreaming about the future perhaps, or just like fantasizing about the future, something to do with a home perhaps, but just your dream for the future. You're sort of gazing into the future or fantasizing about something ahead of you. So that could also be what it is, like sort of daydreamy energy. There could be something about like romanticizing something too and getting like a closer look at it. That could resonate for one or two of you. There could also be something that you're looking into this week too, because you have the Page of Swords, you have like get laser focused. There could be like a book or something you're researching like early on in the week you're really focused on learning or getting this information. You could be making romantic plans with someone on Wednesday as well. Like plans for the future could come up in a romantic or loving kind of way. More love on Thursday. You've got the Empress card. So the Empress card is a very nurturing, loving energy. This could again be you. It could be someone in your life. It can be like a very motherly, nurturing type of energy, although it doesn't have to be. It can also represent new creative ideas, possibility, abundance. It's a card of, to me, I always get it as treating yourself, taking good care of yourself. It's my self-care card. It can represent beautifying your home or getting a nice haircut or buying a nice outfit that makes you feel really good. So I always get that from it as well. But yeah, lots of love midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, so many loving emotions coming up. Really, there's a feeling of like love and appreciation, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday coming in very strongly. You've got a Sagittarius on Thursday as well. So this could be what's happening because there's a feeling of feeling slightly defeated or something's out of your control Friday. And again, this is where I remind you, keep these readings in perspective. This could be something that like you've reached a point where like, okay, this isn't going to work out this way. I have to redirect my focus, redirect my energy, or figure out a solution. So because you've got the stop sign and this little screw, this to me is like you've reached some sort of obstacle by the end of the day, Thursday, or possibly even just more into Friday, where you're kind of having to stop, pause, and reassess. Okay, there's some sort of obstacle or something you're trying to figure out on these days. The lantern's good to see too, though, because this can be like highlighting or illuminating something, possibly. And you've got the horseshoe, which is good luck. So despite what's happening around this time, there's a feeling of like good luck, but it's really wanting you to kind of like stop, pause, reassess something. It could just be that something pops up that day that's like leaving you feeling kind of defeated or like something's kind of out of your control. But with these two came out as clarification, right? So this was our card of the day, 10 of Swords. So again, a feeling, I always think of this as like the feeling of defeat, right? It's like, there's no way I can defeat this. And it can also represent, of course, some sort of ending, okay? Some sort of challenging ending. This card though, and I've said it before, and I just want to emphasize, I'm not saying you're being dramatic. This card itself can be a little bit dramatic because sometimes it's like, when you look at the card, it just looks dramatic, right? There's like 10 swords and it's just very like, it has a little bit of melodrama to it. Again, not saying you're being overly dramatic or anything like that, but it could be too that like an obstacle pops up and you're so focused on achieving this goal that this actually kind of inspires you to kind of take action or regain control of something. All right, because the 8 of Swords can be when we feel like something is out of our control or we're powerless. And a lot of times the 8 of Swords is more so about our ideas of things or really, I'm getting really ingrained ideas that we have, okay, that kind of keep us stuck, limiting beliefs, our fears, anything kind of keeping us small or keeping us kind of like not wanting to achieve our goals or, those fears that kind of keep us stuck, right? Whereas with the Knight of Pentacles coming out with it, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to, and you also have a lot about like slow and steady. So it could actually even be kind of emphasizing the idea of slow and steady wins the race with this, but you do seem to be moving forward through this obstacle, feeling prepared, feeling equipped, feeling like you have what you need available. There's something about like this is making you feel more prepared. Okay, so whatever this situation is that happened or is happening is making you feel more equipped to move forward and more confident that you'll get there. Because by Saturday, and I'll get back to these charms, but by Saturday you've got 2 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles. So this is really where I'm seeing the weekend is where I'm seeing your focus, your confidence with the Emperor, your motivation with the coffee, your momentum with the horse. So yeah, it's like the weekend, I'm seeing you as even more motivated than ever by this weekend, more disciplined, more focused, more confident. Like there's something that's like this setback is just making you want this even more, or it's making you even more sure of yourself, okay, or this goal, okay? So it's interesting. You're sort of, I'm getting proving what you're made of in a sense these days, because you've got the rooster there Friday, okay? This can be confidence. It can also represent a wake-up call, okay? So there could be something like a wake-up call happening that day, but you're fired up. You've got the fire-breathing dragon. You're fired up. You're feeling like, it's like one of those moments in life where it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll show you. Like something like that is going on. So this is actually having a positive effect in a way, because it's making you more focused and more ready than ever to get this accomplished. So again, I don't know exactly what it is, but Saturday you've got I want to read to you, get laser focused too. Saturday you've got Two of Pentacles. So there could be a lot to juggle, a lot to balance. This is one of my busy day cards, and busy indeed, because you're working really hard on something on Saturday, okay? You're enjoying the process though, but there's a lot to do on Saturday. You're really focused on yourself. I'm getting you're minding your own business this weekend, but I don't know, it's like there is this undertone of, okay, I'll show you. Even if that showing you is yourself, okay? But there is a feeling of, I don't know if I'm sure you've seen movie scenes where it's like something happens and then the person's like, okay, and then you see them like working even harder. That's the sense that I'm getting. Okay, so Eight of Pentacles is a card of focus. It's a card of craftsmanship, building your skills, building your knowledge, working hard on something. And I always get like just doing your own thing. That's like you're doing your own thing that day. And Saturday could be particularly busy as well. And then closing off the week, love to see the Emperor card, because you are in control. On Sunday, you're in control. You're the boss is what I'm getting. Feeling very motivated. Again, discipline is a strong element to this card. Rules and structure could be really important to you. But what's really interesting is like you start the week with the Page of Swords, which is like a feeling of being a beginner, the start of something. Kind of, there could be some like underlying insecurities, which are all gone by Sunday. So despite whatever this 10 of Wands or 10 of Swords is, part of me, you're feeling more, I'm getting emboldened and more in control and powerful than ever on Sunday. So, and you're really like independent. There's a feeling of like freedom, independence, and momentum, like so much energy coming in on Sunday. It's like you have a plan on Sunday. You've got a plan to reach this goal. I think you might be someone who likes to prove, like I said, others wrong or yourself wrong, you know? And it's like, you might like that. That might be something that's motivating for you, okay? You know? That idea of like, okay, I'll show you is really coming up strongly. I just want to read the crystal card before we go, and let me know if this is making sense, because it looks like your week overall is fantastic, and any setback that happens later on in the week is just making you even more focused, right? It's making you even more aware of your goal than you ever have been. Right. And you know, some endings happen, right, with the 10 of Swords to kind of get us more on track with what we're supposed to be doing anyways. So it could be that you're getting refocused on Saturday. Like something doesn't work, and like it's almost like a feeling of being set free to go in the direction where you want to go. Okay, with the 8 of Swords being a clarifier. Okay, so bring a laser focus to all areas of your life. If you direct your full attention to one thing at a time, you will be more efficient and productive in everything you do. Life is busy, it can pull you in many different directions. Staying focused and disciplined can help you avoid pivoting towards unwelcome distractions. So this could also be a warning too, like there could be some sort of distraction popping up Friday that you could avoid by staying focused, okay, on this thing that you want. And it's also talking about like not focusing on too much at once, which is something that comes up with me a lot, and focusing on this one target, right? Like I'm getting to tell you to look to where you're going, okay? You have the ability to control where your mind goes. Harness its power to bring awareness to your thoughts and stay on track. Core question for you. What does being focused look like to you? What areas of your life would benefit from more focused attention? What do you need to focus on today? So that's what I think you're kind of assessing on Monday, early on into the week. Here's a little Affirmation. So I harness the power of my intention to support my goals. Today, pick a single task and commit to finishing it before you begin the next. Love that. So one thing today, even if it's one tiny drawer you have to clean out, or paperwork you have to finish, or an email you have to send, you know, whatever it is, pick that one thing today, get it done. It's going to give you a feeling of success and accomplishment and achievement. It's going to fuel you for the rest of the week, okay? So I love this. Lots of fun things. Again, something you're celebrating or having fun with this week. I'll be curious to know what that is. Lots of cool things, but a really heavy focus on your goals this week or something you're wanting to accomplish. Also, I don't know if I addressed the unicorn. This is like uniqueness, imagination. To me, it's always like you're unique, okay? There's something about you that's very special and unique, okay? So don't forget that. But yeah, and don't get discouraged with like speed, like the time something's taking, because you have the Turtle and the Knight of Pentacles. Like there's this feeling of being confident in yourself regardless of how long you're taking. Okay, you've got your eye on the prize. That's what's important. So let me know what you think, group 2. I really hope that you enjoyed your weekly reading. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you can join me every single week for your weekly little predictions. So we will see you later. Hello, group 3. So happy to have you here. We are looking ahead at your week ahead, and I'm excited to see your crystal. You already know what it is, but I don't yet. We are going to see what is going on for you this week. What is in store for you? And if you haven't joined me for a weekly reading, we get you a tarot card, we get you charms, as well as oracle cards. Today's special guest oracle is the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck. So let's see what your crystal is. This is kind of funny. I've done this a few times where I do it this way, where you know you've got selenite. Clear the clutter. But yeah, I've done it a few times where like I've used the card that we get during the reading as the one to choose from. So yeah, I like it. It's fun. I'll cover the words though, so that won't really sway your decision. But yeah, clear the clutter. What's funny is I'm not surprised to see this time of year in the spring. I tend to get a lot of spring cleaning messages in my readings, and I don't know if that's just because, you know, I recognize it because I like to do that this time of year too, but it's so funny how the messages of like decluttering, cleaning, and end up kind of popping out this time of year. So this could be a reason, like something that you're doing. You could have good reason why this card came up. You could be sorting through things, planning a yard sale, selling some things, donating some things. So you could be actually literally clearing clutter, but I will read it to you to see what else it might be. You've got this week getting together with friends. So it could be a bit more of a social week group. Okay, let's see what just popped out. New job or career. Oh, and look at that. You've got 2 of the friend cards coming out today. Dog close up. Getting together with friends, pleasure with a close friend. Okay, so not only are you getting together with like possibly a few friends this week, but one in particular you're very closely bonding with. It could be something like you go out with friends and then one of the friends in that group is like, hey, do you want to go have lunch on Thursday or something like that, right? And that kind of brings me to my reminder about these readings. If you get a challenging card, or really any card, it's important to keep these readings in perspective. We're looking at one day throughout the week, right, at a time. And this is in 1 week, in a whole month, in an entire year. So it's important to keep them in perspective, and don't let a challenging card dictate how any day is going to go. That's really important to have fun with these readings. Having said that, you've got the pin card. So new job or career is actually pretty big. Some of you could be getting together with friends from this new job, or maybe, you know, getting together with friends from an old job. A new job or career could stem from a conversation that happens while you're out with friends. Oh my gosh, so many things. This could be why you're clearing out clutter. You could be like maybe starting a new job from home, so you're trying to clear out clutter to make more of a space to work at home. Lots of possibilities. Let's start with our tarot Monday. King of Pentacles on Monday. Oh, okay. Lover's card fell out Tuesday, and I like how it kind of flipped out there. Wednesday. Wednesday. The Star. And this Lover's card was kind of flipped out when I was talking about Monday. So this energy could be quite present Monday or Tuesday. So I'll just keep that in mind. Okay, Thursday. You've got 8 of Wands on Thursday. So lots of energy coming in Thursday. This is almost reminding me of like, you know, when you clean like, and you end up kind of biting off a little bit more than you can chew. So I do this every time I organize or clean. I'll like pull everything out of like a closet for example, and then it's like, okay, now I have to really sort through this because I've just created a larger mess. Okay, oh, one just flipped out. Friday, you've got the 8 of Swords. So yeah, there's a bit of a feeling of overwhelm coming in Thursday, Friday with something. So we'll figure out what that might be. Saturday, King of Wands. Okay, so that's good. A feeling of empowerment and leadership, progress, goals, goal setting. Saturday. Okay. Oh, there's a bit too many. If more than one comes out on a day, I'll take it if they like fall out, but I try to just pull one. Okay, Sunday. The Magician. Yeah. Lots of confidence coming in on the weekend. That's nice to see. So any confidence issues that are popping up Friday seem to be being dealt with on the weekend. So that's nice. Okay, so it's funny. After my little disclaimer about challenging cards, you really didn't get any group 3. So this week should be pretty, I almost said mellow, but that's not the word. It's not quite, I don't think it's going to be mellow at all. I actually think you're busy this week, both with social things and with different things that you're trying to get accomplished. Some of you are starting a new job. And this, again, could be like handing out resumes for a new job. If you're self-employed, which I'm seeing some of you are, Saturday could be a big day in business if you are an entrepreneur. Yeah, I'm already seeing so much. So let's get your charms so we can fully jump in. See what is going on. Just a quick glance to see maybe what we have more of. I'm seeing a variety. We've got Wands, a little bit of Swords, Wands mostly though. We've got quite a few major arcana cards too. So it is actually possibly a pretty big week for you, or a pretty pivotal week for you in certain areas of your life, okay? So let's start with Monday. We've got, there is new hope for projects you'd almost given up on. So this could actually be tied to clear the clutter. I've done this several times where I've been like clearing things out and it's like, oh, I forgot about this. I want to get back to this. So there's a feeling of, actually, before we fully get to the days, I'm going to read this to you, but yeah, there's a feeling of like maybe diving back into something on Monday or reassessing something. So something that you thought wasn't going to work out, you're looking at with fresh perspective. You know, you could have like, a situation could have changed too, or like, yeah, there's something about reapproaching with like a fresh perspective, right? It wasn't working at one point, but now you're coming at it with like a different angle. So yeah, you're reassessing something. There's new hope for projects you'd almost given up on. King of Pentacles. This could be several things. This could just be the energy of the day, feeling secure. You could be making very responsible financial decisions Monday. And of course, this could have to do with this new career or job possibly, okay? This could be someone in your life offering you a job, right? This could be your new boss or something like that. But the King of Pentacles is a very generous energy, very practical. I find them to be the most down to earth, okay? So the King of Pentacles is the card that I will sort of leave out on my table when I'm needing that kind of down to earth, grounded, practical, hands-on approach to something. Okay, again, they're very wise with their finances. They enjoy life. They enjoy the things in their life. They enjoy a nice meal. They enjoy their home. They tend to be really good with things related to the home and finances. Outdoors too could be really a strong energy that day. Enjoying the outdoors, getting out into nature. It could just be great weather where you're enjoying working on your home or something like that, doing gardening or something. But yeah, very, very practical. I always feel like they're the most down to earth, grounded, solid energy. To me, it's always, for me, like the dad card. You know, I sometimes refer to the Emperor as that card, but to me, it's the King of Pentacles, right? Like, I don't know, something about this King of Pentacles. I just want to give them a hug and ask for advice. So that's kind of the feeling I'm getting from it that day. You also have the Cactus, which is interesting because this can be like a feeling of self-sufficiency. Some of you are self-employed, or this could be a goal for something you'd like to do on the side. You don't have to be purely self-employed, but maybe you want to start bringing in a separate stream of income. So you're starting to kind of like think about different options related to that. So let's review your selenite. So it's time for a refresh. When you feel your battery is running low or your light is starting to dim, all it takes is a quiet moment to hit the refresh button and turn your inner light up to its brightest potential. Use this reset as an opportunity to cleanse yourself from anything that's dimming your energy. This might mean spending a few minutes outside to feel the sun on your face, or sitting in silence and meditating for a few cycles of breath. I want to pause there because I find it interesting that I was getting such a strong emphasis on like being outdoors. So that could be something that's nice. I know the sun definitely recharges me. Like, it's been so cloudy and snowy and slushy. It's been raining mixed with snow. Like, the weather has just been so dull lately that anytime the sun comes out, I just want to just stand in the sun and just soak up that energy because it's really energizing. And it says, do what's needed to re-energize your spirit, feed your soul, and recharge your inner light. Absolutely. So core questions for this card. Is your spirit feeling its brightest? What energies do you need to clear away? So yeah, it's like with the Clear the Clutter card, you're trying to clear out old stagnant energy. And of course, it could be literal items. Like we accumulate so much before we know it. It's like, oh my gosh, like I have so much stuff. So that could be where your energy's at. But if you already are decluttered, or you maybe even are a minimalist, this could still apply in different ways, right? There could be like clutter, paper clutter, literally. It could be like clutter in regards to like what you're watching, right? Like the different content that's being fed to you through your algorithm, right? Because you might want to like refresh something to do with that. I don't know, like refresh an approach. Simplify something possibly. The affirmation for this card is, I fill myself back up with light today. Visualize a column of white light radiating from your heart to the rest of your body. So yeah, very much like a refreshed, fresh start feeling for you, group 3. Okay, so let's get back into the days. I'm kind of just want to see where this social thing might be coming up. I mean, it could be Tuesday, it could be Wednesday, it could even be Saturday. You've got lighthearted, carefree time with the jug. I mean, it could just be a theme this week. There could be like lots of opportunities or invitations to get together with friends. But yeah, back to Monday. I wonder too, like, because there's new hope for projects you'd almost given up on. I almost kind of feel like you've got the Midas touch right now. With both of your kings especially, like anything you touch this week turns to gold. Like you've got opportunities, or you're just kind of feeling, I guess, possibly even more confident in your abilities this week, because a lot of leadership energy and confidence in yourself and your abilities and what you have. Very resourceful Monday too, like you're resourceful with what you have. This could also represent like a financial advisor coming in as well, or like a work, like something to do with work or your new job or something. Lots of possibilities Monday. I'm getting so much on Monday. Tuesday, you've got the Lovers card. So the card of partnership, relationships. I always see with this image a feeling of like strengthening in relationships. Feeling a relationship is very solid or strengthened. You've got the House there as well with the little heart on it. Could be, I'm getting like possibly a reunion or someone coming home possibly might resonate for you. 3 o'clock on Tuesday is important. Could be a decision that you're making as well on Tuesday. Feeling more relationship though. Like this is soulmate energy, partnership. Union. I'm just getting a relationship or a partnership being strengthened. It doesn't have to be romantic. It often is, but in this case, it could be like a friendship, right? A friendship being strengthened. It could be a business partnership even, possibly too. So, take it how it fits, but relationships, partnerships are the highlight on Tuesday. Didn't get many charms other than the House. Okay, so I was getting, because it's a birdhouse, someone coming to visit, possibly. Could be these friends. Okay, you could be having friends over to your house. You've also got kind of like Cupid romantic energy too. So Tuesday, Wednesday could be particularly romantic. Yeah, I'm wondering if you are talking to like a financial advisor, someone who's very wise with money, to do with this new job or career, because you've got the piggy bank as well on Wednesday. You have the Star as your card of the day. So you're feeling inspired and hopeful on Wednesday. There also could be some reconciliation or themes of forgiveness on Wednesday as well. The pineapple can be family and friends as well. So you've got lots of emphasis again on friends. So I'm wondering, I feel like it's these days maybe something is happening with friends, or your focus is on these friendships. Pleasure with a close friend, getting together with friends. It could be encouraging you, like this is a good time to get out and do things with friends. But yeah, the Star, feelings of hope, healing, improvements, love to see that. Could be like, because you have the piggy bank on the same day, like financial improvements or hope in regards to something that you're saving for. You've got the Unicorn. This can be uniqueness and individuality, also imagination. So I feel like you're feeling very inspired creatively on Wednesday, or just getting very inspiring ideas popping into your mind possibly. On to Thursday. This day gets a little bit busy and hectic possibly. The Eight of Wands is one of my busy day cards, but it's like especially hectic or unexpected, or kind of everything happening at once. This doesn't have to be a bad thing. This card can actually be quite exciting and fun, but you have to kind of be adaptable with this energy and sort of go with the flow, be ready for whatever life is kind of throwing at you. But yeah, it could be really fun. It could just indicate that this day unexpected things might happen, news could come in. You might have a lot to do that day to do with this new job or career, whether it's applying for jobs or even like, doing some preparations for things that are already underway. Or like I said earlier, it could be clear the clutter. It could be like you're feeling like things are especially chaotic, so you want to do some decluttering. You're receiving some sort of guidance or help on Thursday, okay? So this is really good. So it's encouraging you to ask for this guidance or assistance because it's available to you. You also have the little astronaut on the moon. This can be about perspective or a different view of things. Because you have the glasses, that could definitely make sense. The glasses can also provide clarity, okay? So there could be something that's providing clarity, possibly this assistance or direction with the lighthouse. But like I always say, the charms can have personal meaning to you. You can have an eye appointment, an optometrist appointment on Thursday, something you forgot about, so you have to kind of shift plans, quickly or something. But yeah, I would say Thursday, be ready for the unexpected. It could be an especially busy day, but it has potential to be an exciting day. Some news could come in. There could be themes of travel that day. This could have to do with, this is a really like busy day because of something you've got planned with friends. On to Friday. Going to just quickly look. Okay, so you're looking closely at something that's become a pattern or a cycle that's been keeping you stuck is what's coming through, okay? So you're taking a closer look at something. And the Eight of Swords is really one of those cards where we feel powerless, we feel stuck, but a lot of times it's an illusion, right? These swords can represent our fears, our insecurity, limiting beliefs, ideas, thoughts kind of about things that didn't work out in the past, keeping us stuck. I really am getting insecurities in this case. So there's sort of like an insecurity keeping you stuck. But the thing with this card is you always see the person really isn't stuck. Like what's holding them, like what's keeping them feeling stuck is really something that, like even the cat, I always love this cat. The cat doesn't look concerned. It's sharpening its nails there. Like this person could really get up and walk right out of this situation. So think about what that might be for you, because there's something about a pattern or a cycle that you could be breaking on Friday. Yeah, I mean, it could just be that you're feeling a little bit nervous about something, or feeling like you don't really know how to solve a particular problem on Friday. But like I said, by the weekend, you're feeling so much more empowered, and I'm getting bold and just confident, to overcome whatever's coming up. So this isn't lasting long. So I don't know what it is. I mean, it could just be, some days we just have that feeling, right? It's just like, oh, I don't really feel very confident today, or I'm having a lot of worries pop up, or a lot of self-doubt is really present today. So, and this, if we want to really look at it literally with our selenite card, it could be that you feel like surrounded or overwhelmed by excess, right? So maybe that's a day where you're focusing on clearing clutter. You've got this luggage here. So there could be themes of travel plans. Travel plans with the Eight of Swords there could be an obstacle or something popping up where you're feeling like limited with options, or limited with something to do with this travel possibly is coming through. Like times, like something about that just came through. So it must be for someone. Packing your bags, something about packing your bags. And the thing is like this luggage might mean something for you. You could buy luggage that day. You could be decluttering old things and pack things in a suitcase and, bringing it to donate. So all of these charms could absolutely have personal meaning to you. But the screw can be about, I'm really feeling like the screw is talking kind of about this feeling of perseverance is coming through, and also strengthened, something being strengthened. And you've got the little wagon with the horse kind of leading the way. Like, it's so funny. It's like you've got momentum and momentum, but in the middle, there's like this feeling of limitations. So I'll be curious to kind of see what that is, because this momentum and speed and movement starts right back up on Saturday. And Saturday, like, you've got big plans, okay? You're feeling fired up. You're feeling motivated. This is the most motivating card in the deck. So you are ready to conquer problems and overcome obstacles. You've got a plan. You're being very strategic. You're dreaming big that day too. Like, you've got big plans, okay? Big goals. You're not thinking small that day. So there's just such a shift, right? Because this can be like limiting beliefs, feeling kind of small or stuck. Whereas this is like, no, there's no limits to what I can accomplish. So it's just such a shift. You've got the clear heart. This can be about honesty in our emotions. You've got the money coming in, and you also have the jug. This is making me think of the time with friends, because this makes me think of lighthearted, carefree time from my tea leaf deck. But this can also be an outpouring of emotions because you have it with the clear heart. There could be someone expressing their emotions very honestly to you. And you have the little money here. So there could be like some money coming in, extra money coming in on Saturday. This could have to do with a new job, possibly. There could be like especially if you are in business, it could be a really great day for business or movement in your business with a little carriage. Sunday, you're solving problems. Okay, you've got the iron. This can be about smoothing something over. This could also talk about housework though too. So maybe it's that you're doing a lot of housework or clearing out clutter on Sunday. But the Magician, another very confident card to kind of go with our King of Wands from the day before. This is a card of manifestation. It's a card of resourcefulness, having what you need to make things happen. It's a card of setting intentions and having the confidence to like move forward and make those things happen. It's a bit of a magical card too. So you could be, I'm actually getting possibly using your tools of manifestation, whatever that might be for you, possibly like divination tools. You could actually be creating an altar on Sunday as well, if that's something that you're interested in. But yeah, very, very cool energy for Sunday. I'm kind of getting a little bit of focus, yeah, because I was imagining someone setting up an altar. You could be doing like a spring altar or something like that. Yeah, having the tools necessary to make something happen. So you're feeling very equipped on the weekend, especially. Something possibly getting smoothed over or a problem getting solved on Sunday as well. So group 3, I will be interested to know what ends up happening with all of these things, if this makes sense for you already, or if things kind of unfold and then things start to click. That's been the coolest thing. Is in the next reading, people will comment, say, hey, I didn't know what this meant last week, but I found out that this is exactly what this meant. So it's just been super cool. I really appreciate everyone. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell, setting it to all, and that way you won't miss my weekly readings and you can join me every week and see what is going to unfold for you in the week ahead. So I love this so much. I appreciate you. I hope you have a fantastic week. Looks like you will. Let me know, and we'll see you next time.